Hi guys, it's Richardlizhu. In today's video, I'm going to introduce you to the best gaming mouse that I've ever used, the Logitech G502. Let's get started. So for some background on myself, I am a software engineer by day and a gamer by night. I worked at 2 of the FANG companies, and in total I spend probably over 12 hours a day on the computer, and I've tried a lot of mice. The Logitech G502 is the one that I could not recommend anymore. When gaming mice first burst onto the scene, this was the go-to mouse. The ergonomics of this are super great. Whether or not you're a claw grip or a palm grip or any other grip in between, as long as you're right-handed, this mouse is great for you. It's definitely not an ambidextrous mouse. It's not symmetrical. I'm not a fan of symmetrical mouses. You know, this is probably the most popular gaming mice you'll find out there. And it's popular, like I say with these things, this mouse is popular for a reason. It's just super well built. Razer has actually basically a carbon copy of this mouse. And now it actually comes in a wireless form with supposedly the same, which is supposedly lighter, and it has the same latency. So let's get into some of the features of this mouse. So a basic mouse would just have the 2 primary buttons, the middle scroll wheel button, and then the maybe forward and backward. So what this has on top of that, it has an RGB LED indicator, and then it also has the sniper button here, as well as forward and backward buttons here, and then a DPI adjust button here. This is a profile adjust here, and then here. So this is the infinite scroll mode, and then you can lock it, and then now it's not infinite scroll. And then it has DPI up and down here. And that is it. But most importantly, this free scrolling button, this is why I will never buy a non-Logitech mouse. Even the mouse that I use for work, the MX Master, has that infinite scroll mode. And I think that is just completely necessary for any mouse. It also has a very nice 2-meter long braided cable. And those are the features of this mouse. Now, I'm not like those other YouTubers who will go ahead and recommend you a product and not stand by it. So I have in front of me 2 of my own personal G502s. So I got this one about 7 years ago, right when I started college. In 2014, and this is one that I got maybe in 2018 or maybe 2017. I got this in order to prepare for when this one was going to die, because you know I had been using this for like 4 years already, but this one is still going strong, so that's why I still have this one. I can't bear to throw this out. As you can see, it's very well worn, and I'll give you a tour of like the 7-year review on this mouse. As you can see, there's a lot of grime on my mouse after 7 years of usage, but with regular cleaning, it actually cleans up very well. What I'll do is I'll take a toothpick or something like this, and then I will run it along the grooves inside this, and then this will clean out all the junk just like that. So the sides of the mouse have definitely degraded over time, but I think it's just par for the course, you know. It's kind of molded to my hand. It's like a soft rubbery material, and it's definitely like worn into my hand. It's a lot more noticeable on the other side if you take a look at this. So this entire area has been carved out by my hand, by my thumb. It's actually more of an issue on my part because I like to like dig my thumb into this, and once it starts going, I like to just pick at it. So actually, I picked at this a lot, so that's why it's completely worn in like that. As you can see from the surface, there's not that much degradation. The surface here on the old mouse is a little bit shinier, but overall, I think the plastic has held up really well. I'm not sure if this is ABS or PVT plastic or some other plastic, but it's held up really well. And another thing is the logo here has definitely changed color a little bit. It used to be much more of this color, but I guess the plastic over this has gotten a little bit yellow over time. so the logo turns up a lot more green, whereas it used to be this color. So this is actually an RGB, and I could make this any color that I wanted, but I'm keeping it on blue now to show you guys the difference. And finally, the real area of degradation that I feel like happened the most, and that was the most unfortunate, is actually the scroll wheel. So I don't know if you see the scroll wheel. So there's like a bit like corrosion that's happening. First of all, in between these things and also on the side, you can see that there's corrosion. So it's like the silver gray paint has flaked off, and that has started the process of corrosion. It's kind of nasty to look at it like this, but it's something that I definitely need to warn you about on this mouse. So actually, I think on the even newer mice, they realized that this was an issue, and they made that part of the mouse wheel hollow, actually. So that's how they fixed it in the newest model. But that's just something I wanted you to be aware of. And this you can't really scrape off. All the other junk and stuff you can scrape off, but this you can't scrape off. It's like if copper or whatever like rusted. It's like rust, basically. I don't know. It's like impossible to get that out. And then let's look at the bottom of the mouse. The feet have degraded a little bit more than I would have liked. I think the feet degradation is actually only happened in recent years. For the first 5 years or 6 years, there wasn't much degradation at all. But then these started getting caught on things, and dust started getting under it. As you can see, this one is still fine, but like this one sometimes gets caught on my cloth mouse pad. So that's something to be aware of. To clean in these grooves, I use my trusty toothpick method as well. It's very nasty, but I just clean it out like that. And this is just like dust and skin that gets trapped under your mouse, but all mice get it. So I'd rather clean it out than have it stay on the mouse. And then one thing, there has been quite a lot of cable degradation. So I'm trying to get both of these in focus here. But as you can see, so the new cable's on top here, and the old cable is on the bottom. So it gets twisted up, and like dust gets in it, and it gets a little bit frayed over time. But so far it's been okay, right? You get these kind of kinks like this that happen over time. That's like a kind of big nuisance. It comes with a little cable organizer here. Oh yeah, this is probably how it happens over time. So you need to make sure when you're storing your mouse that you get all these kinks out of it. So yeah, now I've given you a very thorough breakdown of the features of the Logitech G502 gaming mice. And I've also given you a very thorough 7-year review and how it's worn in over 7 years. I'm going to be giving away this new mouse once we hit 512 subscribers. So why 512, you might ask? So 512 is 2 to the 9th power. So on this channel, we're going to be doing giveaways for every power of 2 subscribers. So the reason that is because software engineers, computer scientists work in binary. Powers of 2 are the language of computers. So every power of 2 number of subscribers will be doing something interesting for the channel, starting with 512. So subscribe to this channel to perhaps win this mouse at 512 subscribers. And this mouse should serve you a good 7 years as well. Thanks for watching this review of the Logitech G502, the best gaming mouse that I think there is around. Subscribe for the giveaway and also to be notified when I release new videos. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.